Video is 8.8 day 2. I'm going to point out kind of a pattern. Some of you might know this already, but just to reiterate, we square binomials a lot. Binomial is just something with two terms. Remember, this means a plus b times itself. So when I distribute here, I'm going to get a squared, a times b again, and then b times b. So what ends up happening is I'm always going to get this anytime I square a binomial. Okay, so the shortcut is just to skip to that. Okay, so if I use that, okay, this is like my a and my b. So if I just jump right to here, it's going to be x squared plus 1 times x is x, 2 of those, and then 1 squared is 1. Okay? This 1 squared, again, here's the a and the b. So a squared is going to be 9x squared. ab is 6 times 2 is 12, and b squared is 4. Okay? This one, again, there's the a and the b. So a squared is going to be x. 2ab is 1 times the square root of x, which is the square root of x. So you have 2 of those. And then 1 squared. Okay? All right, this one, we're going to solve this one like I normally would. I'm going to show you guys kind of that trick being applied in these next two. Remember, when we solve, we want to get that radical by itself if we can. Here, I have a radical on each side, and so we're just going to square both sides to get rid of the radical. Okay, so here I get 8x plus 2. Squaring this, I end up with 9x. Okay, get my x's together. Okay, so I'm left with 2 equals x. Let's check. So we're going to do square root of 8 times 2 plus 2. Does that equal 3 times square root of 2? Okay. So I have 9, what do I got here? 16 plus 2 is 18. And this breaks into 9 times 2, so this does equal 3 root 2. Oh. So this one checks out. Okay, so x equals 2 is my solution. Okay, so now kind of bringing what we reviewed up above. So I need to square both sides here as well. So this is the a and the b from up above. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So I'm going to get 2x plus 3. The square root goes away there. Here, I'm going to get 3 squared is 9. Let's see. Then I have minus 2 of these. So we've got minus 6 times square root of 2x, right? Because I've got 3 times negative 2 square root of 2x, and then 2 of those. Okay, square root of 2x times square root of 2x is going to be positive 4x squared under the square root, so just 2x. Okay, so now I still have a square root in here, so I want to move these things over. So I'm going to subtract 9 and subtract 2x from both sides. Okay, so what I got now is I have, let's see, negative 6 equals negative 6 root 2x. Now divide by negative 6. So I have 1 equals the square root of 2x. Okay, so now I'm going to square both sides. Get rid of the radical. So now I have 1 equals 2x. So x equals 1/2. Okay, so let's check this guy. All right, so we've got square root of 2 times 1/2 plus 3. Does that equal 3 minus square root of 2 times 1/2? Okay, so here I get 1 plus 3 is 4. Square root of 4 is 2. Here I get square root of 1 is 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. So this one is a viable solution. Okay, so this one is kind of like up above. I need to square this to get rid of this. I probably would choose not to do this, you guys. You could treat this as the A and B from up above. What I'm going to do, though, is I am going to add this to the other side. And I'm going to get square root of x plus 3 equals square root of x minus 1. And then from here, I'm going to square both sides to get rid of the radical. So we have x plus 3 equals x minus 1. Okay, subtract x. And when I do that, you'll notice the x's both go away and we're left with 3 equals negative 1, which we know is not true. So this would be a no solution problem. Okay. All right, we have a very similar problem here. So in this one, by me adding this to the other side, it doesn't really help me. So I'm gonna go ahead and square it as it is. And again, this is like the A and the B, okay? And then square this side. Okay, so A squared is x plus 3, okay? Minus 2AB. Okay, so I have 2 times A times B. So I'm gonna write this out. Minus 2 times A times B. Okay, and then plus b squared, which is x minus 1. And 1 squared is 1. Okay, so these are both under the square root, so we can actually go ahead and multiply those. So if I do x plus 3, here, I'm going to show this down below. Okay, so I'm going to combine some like terms. So I've got 2x and positive 2. All right, minus 2. Okay, here I have all this under the square root. X plus 3, x minus 1. Okay, so now this, right, multiplies to be, let's see, we get square root of, if I add those two, I get 2x. Multiply those, I get negative 3. Okay, so now I want to get this radical by itself. So I'm going to move this stuff over here. So I'm going to subtract 2x, or actually I'm going to subtract 2. So I've got 2x minus 2 times square root of, I guess I can probably get rid of the parentheses at this point. X squared plus 2x minus 3 equals negative 1. Okay, I'm going to subtract the 2x. So we've got negative 2 square root of x squared plus 2x minus 3 equals negative 1 minus 2x. Now I'm going to divide everything by negative 2. All right. So now here's what I got. I've got x squared plus 2x minus 3 equals 1/2 plus x. Okay, I just divided each of those by negative 2. Okay, so now I'm going to square both sides. All right, well, there's like my a and my b again for the squaring part. So I got x squared plus 2x minus 3 equals a squared is a 4th. 2 of those, I'm going to get 1x. And then plus x squared. All right, okay, so I'm going to get everything on one side of the equal sign here. So I'm going to subtract x squared, which you'll notice those go away. I'm going to subtract x. So I've got x minus 3 equals 1/4. Add 3. So x is 3 1/4, or x is 3.75. I will leave the checking for you guys. All right, okay, this last one, we're going to use the distance formula, which is something you guys learned in geometry, but as a refresher, here's what it is. x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared, and then it's the square root of that. Okay, so we want to find all the values of x, so the distance from the point 0 to -3 to x4 has to be a distance of square root of 65. So this is our d. This is like the x1, y1, and x2, y2. Okay, so I'm going to just plug this in. So we've got square root of 65 equals x2 minus x1, so we've got x minus 0. I'm just going to write all of it out first. And then y2 minus y1, so we've got 4 minus -3. Let's do a little simplifying. So we've got x squared. This becomes addition, so 4 plus 3 is 7, squared is 49. Okay, now to solve for x, we can square both sides. So we get 65 is equal to x squared plus 49. Okay, subtract 49. Let's see, what do we get there? 16. Okay, now this time when I square root, I should get x equals plus or minus 4. Let's check though. Okay, so if I were to plug this back into the beginning, again, I'm going to really check the negative. So -4 minus 0, and then squared. Oh, it actually ends up being okay because we're going to get a positive 16 there. And 16 plus 49 is 65. Same as if I put a positive 4 in there, by squaring it, it's going to make it positive. So both of those are viable solutions. Okay, that's it for 8-8 day 2. Thanks for watching.